So I was elected to the position of Deputy President of the Trinity College Students' Union. I was in the office the first few weeks on the job and I was just getting used to the whole situation when I get a phone call from this guy who tells me he has some very important news that my organisation would be very interested in. And this, this grabs your attention, so I decided, okay, can you tell me what it is your information is about? And he said, I can't tell you over the phone, walls have ears and all that. So he decided he was going to come in the following day to tell me in person this top secret information. But the next day I came and he rang me up and told me that his son had swine flu, so he was unable to attend, which was concerning me a little, but I didn't know his son, so I had little interest in his health. You wonder about someone's sanity when they say they have swine flu, but I let it go and I gave him the benefit of the doubt. And the next day arrives, and he duly arrives at the office, accompanied by a 13-year-old Chinese boy who is his son, and this other boy who's his son's friend. And they come in and I close the door and we check the room for bugs. And he then produces an envelope, and he produced from the envelope a copy of the Irish Proclamation for Independence. And at that moment my heart sank and I realised this guy is obviously clearly a loon. And he started to read the proclamation. Irish men and Irish women, people, I was like, oh fucking hell, what am I going to do? So at that point I was like, okay, and I kind of stopped him, through the proclamation. I said, okay, can we cut to the chase? What's going on? And he said, the Irish government are conspiring against him to make him lose his job as a Barney impersonator. And I was like, okay, assuming that's true, how does that relate to the Irish Proclamation of Independence? And he explained, certain phrases in the proclamation related to law and stuff. I was like, that's not true, beyond that. And then, when someone tells you that the Irish government are doing this, you can't help but laugh. And then his 13-year-old son starts to cry. And when a 13-year-old boy starts to cry, you can't help but laugh. And his mate then is looking at me and he doesn't know what to do. He's mortified. I'm mortified. The boy is crying. The man is looking at you like you're the devil. And then he produces a letter from Arsenal Football Club saying that his son is a great little footballer. And still, this is all just nebulous. I don't know how this relates at all. And I quickly tried to wrap up the meeting and say, look, I'm not sure how we can help you, blah-de-blah-de-blah. And, I gave him the old courtesy of, send me an email about this, I'm going to look into it, the pawn off email. And he emailed me and I didn't respond. But then he's proceeded to leave loads of messages with the secretary, Darragh McNabb. And I just didn't respond. I just couldn't bring myself to respond. It was beyond ludicrous. So one day I got a phone call on my phone from a number that I didn't recognise. So I answered it, and it was him. And he proceeded to lambaste me about my discourtesy of not responding and stuff. So I told him in no uncertain terms that our organisation was there for students and that his cause may be important to him, but to us it didn't even seem real, never mind important, and that if he needed our help he would have to become a student. Soon he just fizzled out and he just stopped calling. But the lesson is, don't answer the phone to anyone who pretends that they have important information.